Hey everyone, Jason here from Off the Beaten Path, and welcome to another Off the Beaten Path video. This one was actually filmed the same day that we did Woolmargama, and we're heading here along the Murray River Road from Jingellic back towards Granya. Granya is situated in Granya Gap, which is accessible from the north from the Murray River Road and from the south via Murray Valley Highway, just past Tallangatta and Old Tallangatta. So here we are, just heading into the gap, having passed Lake Hume. It's a great day, blue skies, sun was shining, couldn't have asked for better weather. And we actually headed in to Mount Granya Summit by heading first into the actual campground there. So that's the Cotton Tree Creek campground. And you can pull up there. There's day camp, overnight camping spots, and there's a walking track that takes you past a scout hut there, and you can carry on to Granya Falls as well. It does need to have been a fair bit of rain for any water to be coming over Granya Falls, but it's a nice walk. The scout hut's about 400 metres, and it's about another 350, 400 metres through to Granya Falls. From there, you can follow the track. And mostly it's a pretty easy drive. There's a fair bit of clay, so it certainly has been slippery when I've driven it during or after rain. But you know, if it's been clear for a couple of days and there hasn't been too much rain, it's pretty easy drive. There are a few side tracks here, and you know, there's a few ways to sort of head west, but ultimately they all sort of lead back to the main road. So there is a two-wheel drive gravel road that runs from the bitumen road that goes through Granya Gap up to Mount Granya Summit. It's just a lot nicer coming up through the bush this way. So if you like the look of the view from the summit, and you don't want to drive through the bush, you can certainly take that two-wheel drive gravel road. Granya's about half an hour, 45 minutes outside of Albury, so it's pretty easy to get to. And most of the track is not too steep. There is one section sort of towards the end that really is the steepest section of the climb, and that joins up with the Mount Granya Road. That section is seasonally closed, so something to be aware of. You can still come up from Cotton Tree Campground and follow this track if you want to. So we're just coming up here. On the left hand side there is web track, and on the right is the main track up to the summit. You can see the gate there, so from sort of middle of June to November, this section of track is generally shut. You could come up from Cotton Tree and then take web track, which will take you back out to the main road, and then follow the Mount Granya Road up to the summit if you so choose. So this section's a pretty steady climb. There's a few washouts built into the track to sort of direct flow, and the track is very clayey. So you can see here on the day we've come through, it's really firm, but you can see from those ruts that the amount of erosion and how soft this section of track can get when there has been rain, which is probably why they seasonally close it, so it doesn't end up in worse shape than it already is. But as I said, when it's dry like it was today, it's a pretty easy drive. just about up to the actual Mount Granya Road here. Sort of the last little bit, working backwards and forwards as we climb up the side of the hill. And while there's some small ruts here, nothing like that one main section. You can see the gully on the left hand side there. Decent amount of water actually flows down here from time to time. Generally speaking, the track is well maintained, well graded, and a pretty easy drive. So we're just reaching the top here. You can see the second gate there. This is where we're actually pulling on to the Mount Granya Summit Rd, so we'll turn right here and head up towards the summit. And as you can see, this road is, it's a road. Very easy drive. You work your way along. So coming up from Cotton Tree Creek Campground up to the Mount Granya Summit, all up is probably about a 30, maybe a 40-minute drive tops. Would be a little quicker if you went through the gap via the bitumen and then took the Mount Granya Summit Rd up, and you can see there's actually a fire tower and a couple of transmission towers up here on the summit as well, and a picnic and sort of barbecue area. No camping up the top here. And just off to the right hand side of the vehicle there's a short walk, about 50 metres, and that's the view you get. So looking to the west back towards Albury there. Well worth the effort to get up there. Unfortunately didn't get video footage of that view, but did capture that still. And then from there we headed out via the bridle track and Mulholland Road. As you can see from the sun, it's low in the sky, late afternoon. It's a really nice easy drive out. That brings you out sort of towards Old Tallangatta, rather than going all the way back down to the gap and then coming out that way. So that's directly opposite the track we came up from Cotton Tree. So yeah, and then from there just a nice run back along the bitumen past Lake Hume back to Albury. So thanks everybody for watching, and like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate everybody that takes the time to like and subscribe, and hopefully like the other videos, this one's inspiring you to get out there and check out what's in your area if you're not here. So thanks again.